Sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though, as for that, the passing there had warned them about the same, and both that morning in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet no leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
The road ahead is empty. It's paved with miles of the unknown. Whatever seems your destination, take life the way it comes. Take life the way it is. Horizon in the distance, so close and yet so far away. You shouldn't be surprised when on arrival the dream has flown away and fear's not here to stay. The road ahead never gives away the promise. The road ahead is a highway or a dead street. A dead street. Raindrops on your windscreen, they fall from heaven or from hell. You drive into the light or into darkness, uncertainty as your guide. The road ahead will never give away the promise. Oh, the road ahead is a highway or a dead street. Oh, the road ahead never answers any questions, and nothing is sure along the way, not even tomorrow. We're miles to the unknown ahead of you. The road ahead is empty. It's paved with miles of the unknown. Whatever seems to be your destination, take life the way it comes. Take life the way it is.
(2021 to 2030) is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 27th day of the 8th month of 2021, the International Year of Peace and Trust, the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, the International Year for the Elimination of Child Labor, and the International Year of Health and Care Workers. Put another way, it's the 27th day of the 3rd month of the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season, and the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, issued an advisory just about an hour ago indicating that Hurricane Ida has made landfall as a hurricane on the Isle of Youth. So remember, it made the transition from just a disturbance to a depression to a tropical storm and eventually a hurricane. So Hurricane Ida, IDA, made landfall as a hurricane on the Isle of Youth. And data from an Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft indicate that Ida has strengthened into a hurricane as it approaches the Isle of Youth, and in fact has indeed impacted and is impacting the Isle of Youth in Cuba. The maximum sustained winds are estimated to be 75 miles or 120 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. A sustained wind of 44 miles or 70 kilometers per hour and a gust of 60 miles or 96 kilometers per hour were recently reported on Cayo Largo, that's Key Largo, in Cuba. That's the report from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. As far as the situation in Jamaica is concerned, the National Meteorological Service is telling us that there is, well, a couple of systems out there right now. So, for example, there's an area of low pressure which is associated with a tropical wave across the central tropical Atlantic, and that has a high chance of development into a tropical cyclone. So we have Ida as a hurricane out there now. Stand by, because there is that area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave across the central tropical Atlantic. And that has a chance, the Met Office is telling us, of developing into a tropical cyclone over the next 5 days. So let's keep our eyes open in that regard. In the meantime, there's an area of low pressure across the central Atlantic also, and that has a high chance of developing into it has a high chance of developing into a tropical cyclone over the next 5 days as well. Now, a little closer to home, well, you would have realized that Ida moved to the west of Jamaica and moved away eventually. And on that northwesterly northwestward track. And that's across the northwestern Caribbean. And the rest of it will continue to move. One moment, please.
Distance.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15. The following is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The Ministry of Health and Wellness invites retired and active doctors and nurses to participate in sessional services in the public health facilities. Nurses and doctors are asked to visit moh.gov.jm/hire to indicate their interest in participating in the program. Let us all work together as we manage the surge in COVID-19 cases and hospitalization. The Ministry of Health and Wellness thanks the nurses and doctors for their cooperation.
It's not just the vehicles nor the competitive prices. It's about the experience. It's the joy you get from knowing you're conducting business or vacationing in a safe, comfortable, and convenient way. Karen Car Rental and Tours provides pickups and drop-offs with a well-trained chauffeur. Karen Car Rental and Tours, 14C Cargill Avenue, Kingston, and Lot 36 Bustamante Highway, Mapen, Clarendon. Call 876-613-3074, 754-2023, or 578-2178. Karen Car Rental and Tours. Stay safe and up to date this weekend with the Gleaner's Special Weekend Edition. It's coming this Saturday. Enjoy 2 days worth of investigative stories, columns, features, and classified ads in one newspaper. The Gleaner's Special Weekend Edition. Get your copy on Saturday at your newspaper stand or vendor for only $175, or sign up at jamaica-gleaner.com/premium for your online e-Gleaner copy. Stay safe this weekend with the Gleaner. Credible news in uncertain times.
Dream has flown away, and fear's not here to stay. The road ahead never gives away the promise. The road ahead is a highway or a dead street.
Let's continue with the introductory update on the weather situation across the country, the region. And as we've indicated, there are a couple of systems out there which could develop in the next 5 days. So let's keep our guard up. Now, with the system Ida, as we said, we just told you where the Hurricane Center says it is, over the Isle of Youth, that's in Cuba, and it continues to move in that direction. Now, with the system, because the system would have been close, and to some extent, there's some level of proximity. We've been experiencing widespread showers and thunderstorms with windy conditions. And those conditions are expected to continue into tonight. Thereafter, the weather conditions are expected to improve tomorrow. In the meantime, for the rest of this afternoon, prepare for widespread showers and thunderstorms across Jamaica. And it will be windy, especially across southern parishes. And tonight, mostly cloudy with widespread showers, thunderstorms, and windy, mainly across central and western parishes. In the United States, the month of August is being observed as Children's Eye Health and Safety Month, Gastroparesis Awareness Month, National Breastfeeding Month, National Immunization Awareness Month, Psoriasis Action Month, and Summer Sun Safety Month. The anniversary of the Women's Revolt is being commemorated in Guinea, it's Independence Day in Moldova, and Petroleum Day in the state of Texas in the USA. Hoy es viernes el 27 de agosto 2021 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est vendredi le 27 août 2021 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutent, que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story. Le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story. Le pour et le contre. Du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue! All we're saying is it's Friday, the 27th of August, 2021, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point, this is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you would have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We thank you if you've dialed one of two designated numbers to listen to Power 106 FM from the USA and the UK. Those in the United States who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. And we're all over social media. In fact, we're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page and affiliated pages. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you'll be able to watch both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. But if you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. You don't need to have an account to get onto YouTube. All you need is a device, internet connectivity, a browser. Go to the browser, type YouTube. The YouTube website will come up. You should see this video trending if you're doing that right now. If you're not seeing this video trending, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and we'll be more than happy to present to you both sides of the story live in living colors. There you go. We thank those who have logged on to the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Subscribers to onespotmedia.com also have access to both sides of the story in particular and Power 106 FM in general. We started out this afternoon with the poetry of Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. Robert Frost, R-O-B-E-R-T, Robert Frost, R-O-S-T. Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. And we paired that with The Road Ahead by City to City. The Road Ahead by City to City. Yes, you heard right. City to City. C-I-T-Y-T-O-C-I-T-Y. We welcome your input as usual. We consider this to be a global forum from 2 to 5, an opportunity to connect with the yard and abroad. You get the picture. Jamaicans at home and abroad in one space, listening to what's happening or not happening in Jamaica, sharing their own experiences of what's happening or not happening where they are, sending greetings across the cyberspace at any given time. We don't have a set time for that. And also engaging in serious discussions, making suggestions, asking questions with respect to the affairs of state here in Jamaica. And so that's where we are. It's a family space. This is where Jamaicans at home and abroad meet and participate beyond what they would normally do. Participating in the discussions here. After all, as my late mother would say, them no smarty picnic too. And we could flip that too. Win a smarty picnic too. You get the picture. Right, let's clear some messages right now. Velta Wilson in St. Thomas. Good afternoon to you, Velta Wilson. Good to have you on board. Jennifer from Q Road in Kencott, East Central St. Andrew. Good afternoon to you. I talked to your cousin at Holy Childhood School yesterday, says Jennifer. I don't know which cousin that is, Jennifer, but say hi to cuz for me, whichever cousin that is. Dennis Lipman, blessed day to you too. Thank you very much for tuning in. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, shouting out everybody as usual and wishing a... And the studios, that was nice, wasn't that? By candlelight just now. Lights out and then back up. Isn't that something? Yeah, you can catch that on the replay. If you lost us at any time, we apologize for that break in transmission. which was due to a technicality. We trust you're hearing us once again if you weren't before. Angela in Toronto, Canada. Good afternoon to you. Audrey Smith in Southampton, England says, good afternoon, Dervan and listeners. Happy Friday to you all listening from Southampton. Wishing you all a blessed weekend. Stay safe, everyone. And you do the same, Audrey Smith in Southampton, England. Olga Hollingshead says, good afternoon, Sir Dervan Malcolm and all your listening family and friends everywhere in the diaspora. And we reciprocate wholeheartedly, Olga. Blessings for a wonderful weekend, she says. Angela says, Lux, I've missed so many classes. That's all right, Angela. That's all right. You haven't missed anything. As long as you've been busy working, or perhaps there is something we should know. Maybe there's a new development in your life. Maybe you might want to share that information, which is keeping you so busy that you can hardly check in these days. Yeah. So, right. And Norman Hines has joined us as well. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30. Did you know that the National Irrigation Commission Limited is the sole authority for irrigation systems in Jamaica? The National Irrigation Commission Limited enables the improvement in agricultural productivity through the provision of efficient and affordable irrigation to farmers and other customers. Contact them 977-6624 or 977-6727 or visit their website www.nicjamaica.com to learn more. Irrigation, making the difference in agriculture. Need heavy equipment for rent, such as excavator with bucket and hammer, front end loader, backhoe, roller, crane, forklift, dump trucks, and flatbed trailer? Contact P&D Williams Heavy Equipment Limited. They also sell 6 and 8 inch blocks, colored bricks and pavers, concrete pumps, water and submersible pumps, sandblaster, compressors, scaffolding and props. P&D Williams Heavy Equipment, Savannah District, Hayes, Clarendon. Telephone 876-986-0190 or 835-3636.
But wait, look at this, Vincent.
What no?
Look on the paper how it little bit and wingy like marble. This can't fail.
Most of the old mite them we cause it, them attack the leaves of the plant, so the fruit can't get to grow proper.
So what the other farmers can use so the pepper them come big and pretty like your own?
Well, is new mectin what we use still, you know. What eco-friendly biological pesticide. With this product, the mite them can't touch my field.
For real?
Yeah, man. It's environmentally friendly. It deal with the mite them proper, and it don't leave no residue after application. It good for the crop. It good for the environment. And guess what? It good for my pocket too.
Me I go spread the word about this product to the rest of the farmers. New make thing you say?
Yeah, man.
Get your eco-friendly Numecting pesticide at your local hyper dealer today.
Sipa copper.
Sipa copper?
Yes, Sipa copper.
Sipa copper what?
Sipa copper Ital Jamaican Moringa tea bags.
Sipa Copper Moringa, turmeric, vervine, neem, and guinea hen wheat tea bags today. Sipa Copper tea is available in supermarkets island-wide. So Sipa Copper today, you'll be happy you did.
Distributed by Caramed Group Limited.
Raindrops on your windscreen, they fall.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Good afternoon to, Jennifer is playing Boti. For those familiar with Jamaican culture, Boti, she'll play Boti. Playing both sides, essentially. Because she's on Facebook Live and YouTube at the same time as we are. Nicholas Williams, good afternoon to you. He says, good afternoon, sir and classmates. Nicholas says, happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday to you too, Nicholas. He says, remember to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I haven't checked in a while. I wonder if our numbers are moving at all. The subscription to this, we haven't been pushing it. We don't have a team of, some people are blessed with a team of young people or even one young person who can go online and popularize a particular channel, etc. I don't know. We like when things happen organically, naturally, truly. Yeah, we do. So if listeners naturally go to the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel and they naturally subscribe, that means a lot to us. Actually, that means a lot because people would have done so of their own volition. Nobody didn't have to curse them or force them or prod them or otherwise goad them. Right, you get the picture. So where are we in terms of subscribers? 716, 716, 716 subscribers. Still short of the 1,000. The magic number is 1,000. Anything after that is bonus. The 1,000 subscribers. We need to get to that. But if it doesn't happen, hey, no sweat. You know how we are. We coined a term which is copyright protected. A quotation. Do not allow anything or anyone to control you to the point where you lose control of yourself. Do not allow anything or anyone to control you to the point where you lose control of yourself. When that happens, you would have become somebody else's puppet, somebody else's slave. Do not allow anything or anyone. And you know what is sad? To hear people who are supposed to be responsible, intelligent, right? Yet they allow their obvious partisan leaning to cause them to argue certain positions, which is just blatantly, fundamentally flawed. And they don't realize every time they do that, they're undermining their credibility. We have to be careful. And that is what control does. Who is controlling you? Who is controlling us? We perhaps need to check ever so often. Am I under the influence of this person or that person? This party or that party? This, you get the picture. Because that is going to affect how you reason, how you discuss, how you participate in a discussion, and how you express yourself. And it does come out. Those of us who are seasoned, we know what it sounds like. It does come out. Of course, there are those who listen to this and other programs, and they're saying the same thing, basically. Because then we are creatures of our experience. So we're all coming from different places, literally and figuratively. So where I'm coming from, I will have some bearing on how I express myself and the particular line that I take. Where you're coming from and how you express yourself are just as connected. And as we always say, nothing is wrong with being affiliated to a political party. You are free to join any number of political parties you want to join, in a manner of speaking. Well, you're free. You're free to support any political party. But as individuals, we have a duty, whatever we support, whether our family at the granular level, where we know that they're doing wrong things or something wrong or they're out of line, either we're going to help them to get back on track, or we're going to see to it that they get help, or we are going to do what is right in terms of a decision as to what happens to that family member. And then, so that's one way. And then there's the approach. There's the approach where we now look at, so whether it be your family, whether it be your community, school, church, whatever the particular group, political party, whatever the company, whatever the team, whatever the organization we're affiliated with, individual, organization, institution, we should be able to speak frankly on matters that affect the institution, the organization, the individual, without any fear of retribution or vindictiveness or whatever. We are people, we're human beings. We have thoughts, ideas, feelings, emotions generally. We're emotional beings. And therefore, and the environment should be conducive for someone to be able to grow. That's how we grow. We learn more about ourselves. We learn more about each other every single day. We learn more about life, how things work, why they don't work, etc. And we should be able to separate fact from fiction. We should be discerning enough to separate fact from fiction. And just recognize when something is wrong, it is wrong. As Bob Marley said, I don't care who the guy is. If it's wrong, it is wrong. If it's right, it's right. And then, of course, you'll always have a debate either way, which is fine. Debate on principles, please. Let's debate on principles. It can't just be just taking a side for the sake of taking a side, or because this is my side. But people should be free to express them. But I feel embarrassed for some people sometimes when I listen. I don't know, maybe there are people out there who feel the same. It cuts both ways, I would imagine. But I feel a little embarrassed for some people sometimes when I hear the attempt to justify certain things or to spin things in such a way that their petticoat starts to show. But nothing is wrong in coming and saying, look, this is the party I support, right? But I have to disagree with my party on this one. I don't think this is right. You see, if the more we have more people like that who are prepared to do, the political parties will be kept on their toes, will be holding their feet to the fire, because they realize, hey, as much as these people support, I mean, look at what the supporters of the People's National Party did in the last election, those who were registered voters. Look at what they did. They weren't minded to vote for the Jamaica Labour Party, but they stayed away from the polls. They preferred to stay away from the polls rather than to vote for another political party, which is fine, because you have to use the power. The people have the power. Use the power that you have. So if something is wrong, it is wrong. It can't be wrong today and all of a sudden it is right tomorrow. And nobody can be wrong and right at the same time. It's, yeah, you get it. Anyway, how did we get there? Did I read a message that took us there? Whose message would that have been? Well, we got there. We're moving on now. Carol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada says, good afternoon from Calgary, Dervan, and my beautiful people. Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Another wet day. Keep safe and have a great weekend. You too, Cherry Henry. Angie says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Angie. Good to have you on board. Elizabeth Morris, good afternoon to you too, and the rest of Jamaica land we love, although you have live here. Is that what you wanted? Live or love? Carol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada asks a rhetorical question. What's on my mind? The dissing exchange between our American Jamaican sisters and brothers since the Olympics. We must stop it. Yes, we whipped Sha'Carri Richardson. Now let's move on from it. Now, says Carol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Well, that's the other thing. I remember being in the presence or company of some youngsters, some sixth formers, and they were at each other about which footballer and which club and what and so on and so on. And I just said, good morning, young men. Do any one of you have ever met any of the footballers that you're cheering for? Do you think they know you? And they would, I'm just saying. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
First thing in the morning, a duty plus. Belly for me sing, you know it is a must. Give power to the vibe, you know me have the boss. Duty plus, me just went cut with the heart. Yes, great, so me love it straight. Duty plus, that new try one to the air. Ready for drink out of the box, same way. Good for big people and little picky there. Duty plus is a must. And me have to drink. Duty plus is a must. No one no other thing. Duty plus is a must. It no have to be. Duty plus in my pocket are the better thing. Duty plus is a must. It's affordable. Duty plus.
Stay safe and up to date this weekend with the Gleaner Special Weekend Edition. It's coming this Saturday. Enjoy 2 days worth of investigative stories, columns, features, and classified ads in one newspaper. The Gleaner Special Weekend Edition. Get your copy on Saturday at your newspaper stand or vendor for only $175, or sign up at jamaica-gleaner.com/premium for your online e-Gleaner copy. Stay safe this weekend with the Gleaner. Credible news in uncertain times. Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Whatever seems to be your destination, take life the way it comes.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's go to, is it Glenn? I think it's Glenn on our WhatsApp line, same as the text line. He's been holding for 4 minutes now. Thanks for holding. Go ahead, please. Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. A few days ago, I gave a mnemonic new start.
Yes.
For 8 factors contributing to good health.
Yes.
I'd like to repeat them and give another mnemonic.
Sure.
Right. New start. NEWSTART. N for nutrition. E for exercise. W for water. S for sunshine. T for temperance. A for air. R for rest. And T for trust. That is trust in God.
Yes.
Now the one for this afternoon. It has to do with the order in which the planets are arranged. And the mnemonic is, my very educated mother just showed us Neptune.
Yes, I think I learned that as a youngster at school some years ago.
Right. But it has been modified in recent years because they no longer consider Pluto to be a planet.
Right.
Pluto is still up there, but I don't know why they have, suppose it has to do with the motion. Anyway, let me give them in order.
Yes.
The M is for Mercury, the first M is for Mercury, then Venus,
Yes.
then Earth, then Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, then Neptune.
Right.
Let me just repeat. My very educated mother just showed us Neptune. And they are for Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Right.
But you know that has to do with the days of the week?
Tell us.
No, the Bible says that the earth was made in 6 days and then God rested on the seventh.
Yes.
But Romans chapter 1 also tells us that after a while, certain human beings stopped worshiping the Creator and began to worship the created. So whereas the Bible speaks of the sun and the moon and the stars as being lights created by God, the people that forsaken God saw them as gods, saw the sun and the moon and the stars as gods. So the sun was worshipped on the first day.
Sunday.
And that gave us Sunday. Monday is named after the moon. Q is named after the Old English name Q. That was another name for Mars. And that is connected with the Martes of Spanish.
Yes.
And the Mardi.
That's French.
French. The next day, that's we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday now was named after Woden. That's the Old English name. But that is the same as Mercury.
Yes.
So we get Mercules and Mercredi.
Mercredi, oui.
Right. The day after that is Thursday. That was Thor's day. And Thor is said to be the god of thunder.
Yes.
But that's the same as Jupiter. And from that, and related to that is the Jueves.
Spanish. And
right. Jove is another form of Jupiter. From that jovial, such thing. That's Thursday.
Yeah.
There was a Friday. That's named after Venus. And the Old English name was Fraiga. The Old English god was Fraiga.
Right. And the Spanish being Viernes and the French Vendredi.
Yeah. Then now Saturday was named after Saturn.
Sábado.
Right. But after Christianity came to Europe, the Christian term for the seventh day was Sabbato. Right, that comes into English as Sabado. And the French is?
The French is
Samedi, something like that.
Samedi.
Right.
Sunday is dimanche.
Right. 2 weeks ago, you said something about Friday 13th.
Yes, I shared some information.
Friday 13th fear. Well, give me one of the names up for that.
Say that again?
Friday the 13th fear. Well, what is the name for that?
Fear?
Paraskevi.
You're familiar with that?
Yes, Paraskevi triskaidekaphobia. Paraskevi triskaidekaphobia.
Spell that for me, please.
It's Paraskevi. Triskaidekaphobia. Paraskevi triskaidekaphobia.
I'm still not seeing it. Skevi trick.
There might be a variation in the spelling.
In the spelling, maybe, yeah.
or Chris Decapobe, something like that. But the Paraskevi is the Greek for Friday.
Right.
Right. And that is connected to Luke 23, where it says, it was the preparation, the Paraskevi, it was the preparation and the Sabbath drew on. So today is Paraskevi and tomorrow is Sabbath.
I see.
Well, there's a lot of links.
Mm-hmm.
So there's history there, astronomy, and all of these things.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much as usual for sharing those nuggets with us.
Yes, all right, all the best.
You too. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Dervan.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm giving thanks for life, and you?
Thank you so much. And good afternoon to your many listeners here and abroad. I am urging you, your family and all to try to keep as safe as possible, and to your many listeners, based on the seriousness of the infection rate here in Jamaica, having to do with the COVID-19 virus. I would like to discuss with you this afternoon, Dervan, two major issues. Kindly allow me, first of all, to commend the management, staff, and security guards at the Montego Bay Tax Collectorate for having in place a very organized, effective, and very efficient customer service system where persons who attend the collectorate, including myself, get through the various transactions very, very fast. Quite an efficient system they have in place. I am surprised at the high level of customer service emanating from a government agency. So I commend them, and I commend the security guards who are employed to that collectorate, and I urge them to keep up the excellent work at that facility. They are a cardinal part of organizing the persons who come there to do transactions. So I think they're doing a very good job. Quite recently, Dervan, the opposition spokesman on finance from the People's National Party, Mr. Julian Robinson, he accused the Holness-led administration, from his perspective, I might add, of not doing enough for the vulnerable Jamaicans, despite the fact that the government is collecting much more funds through taxation. He stated that the government is running a fiscal surplus, and that a part of that surplus should be utilized prudently to assist the many Jamaicans who are suffering in various ways throughout the country. He pointed out in terms of specificity, very important here, he argued that the government's policy to charge duties on higher than normal cost insurance and freight, what is called CIF for shipping, is also resulting in much more revenue for government coffers. Therefore, the government is benefiting tremendously from these taxes. And in return, they have a principal responsibility and duty to assist the many persons, including the poor, the sick, and the elderly across Jamaica. I think he has made a very important point. And it is commendable that the government has allocated some $389 million, I think it is, across the constituencies through the Constituency Development Fund. But I think that much more assistance is needed.
I don't remember that being the figure. Were you able to double check that? 380 million, really?
Is it 389 million? I stand corrected.
It sounds a lot more than what I heard, unless I'm mixing up the figures. There was a figure in relation to just after the announcement of the new arrangements with respect to COVID-19. There's I thought it was 178 million that I heard. I'm not sure.
I think I heard Mr. Clark stating that on average each member of parliament would receive approximately $3 million per constituency.
Oh, so you did the math from there. Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
All right. We have to break now for a scheduled discussion, and then that will follow another, and another. I think we have them back to back. We could take your number off air nonetheless to see if we can ring you back later. Right?
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock. Let Clarendon Lube help you protect your investment. They rebuild clutch, gear, brake, speedometer, and winder cables for all automobiles. They also rebuild and replace hydraulic hoses, power steering hoses, power wash hoses, radiator and automobile hoses. Clarendon Lube, 1 Fogo Road, Denby, Maypen, below Denby Showground. Telephone 876-786-1591.
2021 high school graduates across Jamaica. Be a part of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information's groundbreaking 6th form pathway program at the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean UCC and benefit from free tuition for 2 years for most programs. Through this 6th form program, high school graduates can transition to grade 12 to earn an associate degree or other vocational certifications after grade 13. Then, if you wish, seamlessly complete your UCC bachelor's degree in just 2 more years. Visit ucc.edu.jm for details or call us at 876-906-3000. UCC, fostering leadership and innovation.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new host who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the positive. Miles of the unknown.
Thanks a lot for staying with us on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, as we get ready to welcome our guests in this segment. To the caller a short while ago. Yeah, if you did the math, then you would have gotten it correct, which is closer to what I was thinking. I was saying 178 million. It's actually 189 million, which is what you would get multiplying 3 million by 63, as in the constituencies. So it's actually 189 and not 389, as you had said. But neither was it 178, but close enough. Right. In the meantime, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we are about to preview an event that's happening, Business Summit 2021. And this is organized by Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment Services. And joining us to tell us more about this very timely business summit, we're joined by the event host, Sandra Mills. She's general manager of Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment and Business Summit event host. Hi, Sandra Mills. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Dervan, and how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. And I trust you are well.
Yes.
Wonderful.
If you don't have COVID, you should do well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we give thanks. Denise Williams, CEO of Financially Focused, is going to be participating in that forum as well, that summit. Hello, Denise Williams. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello, hello.
Great. Good to talk with you. Thank you for joining us. And we are happy to be joined as well by Colin Coley, Business Development Consultant with the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC. Mr. Coley?
Yeah, hi Dervan. We meet again.
Yes, indeed. Good to talk with you again. Sandra Mills, tell us where this idea came from. Why now? Why are you hosting? Why is Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment Services hosting a business summit now? Oops, who did we lose? That one. Sandra Mills, you're still with us? Oh, we lost Sandra Mills. All right, while we're waiting to reconnect with Sandra Mills, perhaps Denise Williams, founder of Financially Focused, can tell us how she plans to impact this summit. But hold it there, because we do have Sandra Mills back online. Please go ahead and tell us what prompted the move to stage a business summit at this time.
Yes, Derval. So originally in 2016, we were focusing on personal development, which is what our business core provides for persons motivationally and empowerment and educationally for, just to improve oneself and be the better you. But out of that, we recognize that a lot of persons were business owners and never had the skill sets, but had a bright idea. And having a bright idea is not enough to run a business successfully. And so we launched in 2018 our first business conference at Jamaica Pegasus. It was well attended. And we brought on all the experts to say, listen, business owners, these are some of the skills you need. These are the practical ways that you can grow your business. We talked about advertisement, we talked about administration, and the list went on. And so this year, we could not do an event face-to-face, and I knew that I left the audience hanging from that event. And we decided to, this is an opportune time. Businesses are struggling, and we want to help them to move from where they are to where they need to go.
And a good point to have you express yourself now with respect to, and this is for Denise Williams, with respect to how you plan to impact this business summit, without giving away too much, because we want people to attend.
Okay, well, my area of focus with business owners is really looking at the hanging debt that they're carrying. So a lot of persons are surprised to learn that in 2011, Jamaica changed its credit reporting act. It implemented this new act. And unlike the US, where your bad debt drops off after 7 years, in Jamaica since 2011, it never goes away. So what we have is a lot of business owners who are carrying whether business debt, personal debt, credit card debt, tax obligation, you name it. There's a variety of debts that they're carrying. But our current system is that you hear from the bailiff, you hear from the creditor, you hear from the collections person in the financial institution, and you may even hear from a lawyer if you are pulled into court. And so there isn't a framework to support business owners who need space to breathe and restart their life because their credit report follows them everywhere. And this year, the legislation has changed again. And so microfinance institutions will be obligated to report into the credit bureau. So persons who have made up their mind to pay higher interest rates to escape from the credit bureau situation that the traditional banks require, that window has closed. So what we are looking at is what are the various types of support that are available. Okay, and just as I said, very broadly speaking, there's government support, which a lot of people do not know how much government support there actually is. There's government support. Oh, and by the way, this is government support that's free. Okay, but people simply a lot of business owners, they're shocked to realize. Then there is the support available to have someone like my company sit down and negotiate with the bank on your behalf to get some breathing room for you as a business person. And then the third option, which the other speakers will have more to say on, is how to grow your business out of the current, if you're having a debt crisis. Yes. So that's really what we are talking about.
Wow, that's already loaded. That's
okay.
that should be quite intriguing a presentation. We'll look forward to that. And then you mentioned support now. Now, Colin Coley, I'm sure you'll tell us Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC, has been supporting the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, but in particular, looking out for the most vulnerable entrepreneurs, etc. Can you give us an idea, again, without giving away too much, but generally speaking, as to the extent to which JBDC has been able to say to these entrepreneurs, we've got your back?
Okay, well, yes, Dervan. Well, my role in this seminar, well, one, I will look at identifying problems that the MSMEs have, business problems. I know it's COVID time now, so a virus problem. How do we identify problems and how we solve problems? So we'll look at that. Two, now, as for JBDC now and the role that we play, a number of ways. We have our consultancy services for the MSME sector. We can come in, we can sit one of our qualified business advisors. You can have maybe a business idea that you want to flesh out and grow into a business. You are in business, need to grow, or need to pivot in the era of COVID in order that people can have to take place, people can survive. So we have consultants who can assist you in that era. Things like financial records management, how you keep proper records, how you keep track of things, how you know when you're making a profit. What is a profit? But a small business people think that the cash left in the till at the end of the day is a profit. So how do you do that? Things like operations management, proper networking, marketing, how you market your goods, how do you find market for your goods, how do you differentiate the goods in the marketplace. Things like financing, how do you access financing for businesses? And we have, to think about earlier, things like grant funding, etc. That's how we at JBDC now help the MSME sector in those areas. And I'll go now deeper in those in the summit tomorrow.
Again, there's a lot of meat on the bone there. Let us come now to Sandra Mills once again. because your brand is Millennium. I think I was saying Millennium earlier on. Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment Services. Is there a particular thinking behind the name?
Well, yes, it is. We want persons to have a new paradigm. Original, as I said, it was with their personal development, but now we're taking it into business development because your mindset towards how you do business is really going to affect a lot. But we didn't just say, let's have a new label that deals with mindset. We're also bringing in your technical support for you. And this is how we bring in all our resource persons to our events.
Yes. And in a moment, we're going to be telling our listeners and viewers all over the world how they can be a part of this Business Summit 2021. It takes place tomorrow, the 28th of August, from 10 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. Stand by for more details.
Yet so far away, you shouldn't be surprised.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. At this time, the story is Business Summit 2021, organized by Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment Services. It's happening tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. And our guests online are the General Manager for Millennium Lifestyle and Empowerment and Business Summit event host, Sandra Mills. And we also have Denise Williams, CEO of Financially Focused, along with Colin Coley from the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC. He's a business development consultant. And please give our listeners and viewers right now, Sandra Mills, a reason. Why should I, on a Saturday, tomorrow, the 28th of August, between 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, dedicate, or as the Rastafarians would say, livicate that period of time to this Business Summit 2021?
Yes, I'd just like to say it's going to be a worthwhile time that you will spend. I know from being in business myself that a lot of persons sometimes borrow to get capital and start their businesses. And right now in this pandemic, they are frustrated because they need help and they need support to get out of the debt, get out of the no customers because of COVID, and the list is endless.
Let's support you in that regard. Stick a pin, as my late mother would say. Carol Boeth in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, who is watching and listening, says Jamaica must do better with that debt system. If someone goes bankrupt, they have absolutely no place to restart. It's like a life sentence. I've spoken to so many who got messed up since FinSac, and we have no doubt that Denise will be speaking on this subject. The same point you made earlier on, you were talking about along the lines of the, was it a couple of changes to the legislation?
That's right.
Yes.
I mean, what happened with FinSac and the horror stories of people who lost so much prompted, I mean, when I talk about sweeping changes in 2015, the joke is that we as a people, we are very guided by shame. Okay, shame has kept a lot of people in a situation where they, even when the help is free, they won't go, because in order for you to get the help, you have to really reveal your current situation. Okay, and I have had a number. You see, because what you have to understand is it's almost like a ladder. When we deal with the actual debt on paper, that is a process. That means you have to be ready to actually share what is in your bank account, not to give me, but to share what assets you own and such. It's a process. A lot of people are ashamed if they don't own anything or they don't feel like they have enough money in that, so they don't want to say anything. And just that shame means they miss out on free help. Okay? Mm-hmm. After you cross that ladder, the next ladder is your behavior. Because a particular behavior got you in the debt. But again, shame says you don't want to admit that you are juggling a situation that is probably bigger than you. So you're going to try and stick it out, tough it out.
Well, Denise, I hear you going already. I don't.
Yeah.
It's as if the summit has started, and this is supposed to be a teaser.
Okay.
So those who are as intrigued and have so far found the presentation, in a cursory way, but you'll get more when you attend the summit tomorrow, right, Sandra Mills?
Definitely so. And one of our key presenters, who is Mr. Nielsen Rose, he will be talking about how do you get connected to funding as small business owners. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to miss that.
Right. And so it starts at 10 o'clock and goes until 3. How do those listening to us who know what you're talking about, they're being buried under debt. It's quite a stressful time for them, trying to keep that business going, and having to deal with the debt and all that comes with it. What do they need to do in order to be a part of this Business Summit 2021?
Okay, so it's a simple process because we don't want you to be stressed about it. It's hassle-free. It's user-friendly. It's just a WhatsApp number. I'll give you the number. Just add me to your WhatsApp and request the registration form, which will come to you by WhatsApp. Fill it out. And once you fill it out, it's connected to my business email system, and I'll see who is registered.
Oh, very good. And let's just go back to Colin Coley for a moment. With respect to JBDC, what are you hoping those of us who attend this Virtual Business Summit 2021 tomorrow from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, from your perspective in terms of what you'll be sharing, what is likely to be the impact on the thinking of those who will be at the thinking, and not just the thinking, but the practice, what they do, how they do what they do, that this business summit is likely to have? What effect, especially from your perspective?
Yes, excellent question, Derek. So the takeaway we want at JBDC is a better understanding of management of business, better understanding of how we develop business ideas into actual business, better how we manage this properly, keep records properly, and also to know that there is JBDC here for the MSME sector. I think we still don't know that a lot of our services that we have, you can access for free of charge, like a consultancy services. So you may not have the almost $1,000 to pay a consultant. No, come to your business to help you. We at JBDC here have a number of programs here that can assist small business personal accelerator program or handholding programs where we work with business entrepreneurs in the MSME sector to move from basically concept to market stage to build business. So the whole takeaway we want to have is that understand that there's an organization here that you complain that the government don't develop a small business. There is an organization here that helps small business. And one thing with us that we are here with qualified staff in many different areas to assist MSME sector, especially now in this COVID era, to pivot and grow businesses.
Yes. And Denise Williams, I get the impression that you are negotiator in chief in terms of your representation of small business people, those
Right.
who.
Well, I do have a number of clients,
Yes.
and again, as I said, one of the critical things people need to understand is that there is free support. So I am very much aware that there are small businesses who are on their face and they're not in a position to pay a fee. I direct them to the free resources. And the thing though with free resources, you have to self-advocate and you have to be pretty much prepared,
Yes.
to be on your own. But the support is there in terms of allowing you breathing room. I tell people that, yes, it is intrusive, but it's worth it. If you are ready to restart, ready to negotiate where, not from the position where you thought you were when you took the loan, but from where you are now in this reality. There are lots of free resources. The government has put them in place. So it's not a case where the Credit Reporting Act was put in and the debt follows you for life, but then there was no support. 5 years later, the government did put in supporting mechanisms. But I can speak on behalf because I am a approved financial counselor, and what that means is before the judge gets involved to discharge any of your debts and such, they call me and I have to do a report. So I've seen a number of cases where it does work, but as I said, it's intrusive.
Yes.
However, I will say though, it's worth it. It is however, there's one caution. If you're not going to change your behavior, if you're not prepared to go to JBDC and get training and learn a new way to run your business, you're going to be back in debt again. And the government support that is free, you only get it once.
Right.
And thereafter, you probably will end up in bankruptcy or other things. So where the free support is, the caveat is it's once in your lifetime because they want you to change your behavior. And I believe for small businesses, JBDC can offer incredible support.
Right. And you're getting support from Carol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. She says, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. Speak openly. Denise, some people could be doing fine things, and their financial situation can change in a snap.
Exactly.
Former president of America bankrupt 4 times. She's reminding us. So, but anyway. So now back to you, Sandra Mills. Denise, how can people follow you in the meantime?
Oh, absolutely. On Instagram, it's at Financially Focused TV. My email is financiallyfocusedtv@gmail.com. You can also you can give me a call, 876-824-7712. Or WhatsApp me and I can get you an appointment for us to talk. So Financially Focused is very available on social media.
Got you. And Colin Coley, the contacts for JBDC.
Well, our physical address is 14 Camp Road. Phone number is 928-5161. I can reach that the jbdc.net, our website. So we can reach it for any of those areas, because that's JBDC.
Thank you. And Sandra Mills, you have the last word. Sorry, go ahead.
Quickly, I'd like to say at JBDC, we're for the MSMEs, where consultation, like salvation, is free of charge.
I love it. And Sandra Mills, now just remind us about tomorrow's summit in terms of the details. Those of us who want to participate, and leave your contact details as well for Millennium Lifestyle.
Lifestyle Empowerment. Indeed. So we want you to add us to your WhatsApp. We are at 876-822-2633. That's 876-822-2633. Just add us to WhatsApp and we'll start the conversation. And we want you to be there on the summit tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. Well, congratulations to you and the team. So they, again, just run those contacts again for those who want more on the summit tomorrow.
Right.
Because
so
I see Carol, not easy, you know. Carol say, everyone's speaking too fast. She says, so she wants me to put up all the contacts. Well, we just repeat the information for the time being. But both you can as well, both Sandra and Denise, and if Colin Coley as well. You can always go on Facebook Live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page or on the YouTube channel and just type in your information, your contacts in terms of where people can find your Facebook, etc., etc.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
Right.
Right, but let me just repeat it for those who weren't able to write it down.
Mm-hmm.
So you know our code, it is 876, and my number is very simple. I'll just say 822-633. Let me repeat, 822-2633.
Got you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We trust you will have a successful summit tomorrow, and we want to wish you all the success that life has to offer.
Yes, we care about our SMEs. They are a part of our economy, and they help to keep this economy afloat.
Well said. Well done. All the best. Catch you tomorrow online.
Thank you, Dervan. Have a great day, everyone.
You too. Take care. That's the Business Summit 2021, the Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment Services Business Summit 2021. Check it out. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning.
You contribute directly to Jamaica's national development when you pay your customs duties. Let's all do our part in keeping the wheels of our economy turning. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 3:30. Avoid the hustle and bustle and choose Health First Pharmacy, Shop 5, 138 Muirhead Avenue, Maypen. And our newest edition, Clark's Professional Pharmacy, open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They offer ARVs, veterinary products, also the PPP program. Health First Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical and surgical items. They accept all major health, credit, and debit cards. Call 876-632-0979, 676-1871, or 455-5162.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 1, we continue the conversation with Tanisha Miller of the Early Childhood Commission on child abuse and methods of disciplining children. Also learn more on how to keep your mind fit. And tune in for discussions with the National Council on Drug Abuse about the effects of cannabis on young people. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6th West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine. P.A. Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century. National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living. Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide. Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town. Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2 Old Harbor. And Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 1 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Power Talk has been a unique source of discourse on matters of public interest, finding solutions to the challenges we face in a globalized world. Power Talk brings you the new hosts who will take talk radio to another level. Join Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill from Wednesday to Friday as they provide a riveting analysis on the issues of the day and speak with stakeholders charged with driving innovation to move Jamaica forward. Tune in for brand new features designed to showcase local developments and highlight how the global issues of the 21st century are being addressed. That's Dr. Herbert Gale Mondays and Tuesdays and Simon Croskill Wednesday to Friday on Power Talk, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Power 106 FM.
Living in the good, and be living in the positive street. Whoa, never answers any questions, and nothing is sure. tomorrow. We're miles of the unknown ahead of you. The road ahead is empty. It's paved with miles of the unknown. Whatever seems to be your destination, take life the way it comes. Take life the way it is.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, as we continue the mission to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Time for us to learn about Icon Work, IKONWORK. And to tell us more, we're joined by the Head of Business Development and Client Experience at Icon Work, Latesha Wilcox. Is that it? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's Latesha Wilcox.
All right, we'll go with it. Yes, Latesha. It's
Latesha.
Latesha Wilcox. Thank you very Wilcox.
Yes.
Wilcox, I beg your pardon. Latesha Wilcox. With a name like Latesha, we can tell when you were born, actually. You're a young person. Anyway. Right, so let's get straight to it. IKONWORK. What is that, Latesha Wilcox?
Icon Work is a revolutionary recruitment and professional networking platform. It is designed to bring the employee to the employer in the fastest possible time. For the employer, the technology significantly reduces the number of steps and the cost of recruitment. Before Icon Work, hiring included up to 12 steps: job description creation, advertising, screening, conducting assessments, background checks, 1, 2, 3 interviews sometimes. With Icon Work, what we do differently is instead of hundreds of resumes, our platform provides recruiters with a short list of candidates who are the ideal match for the job. We accomplish this through the use of design thinking, advanced analytics, automation, and artificial intelligence. And this helps employers to make smarter and faster hiring decisions at a fraction of the cost.
This sounds like high science. Slow it down there, as my late mother would say. Take time with me. This is great, though. This is great. I'm excited already.
On the other side, though,
yes,
for the job seeker, let me take it down a little bit. For the job seeker, it is completely free. And what it does for the job seeker is that it enables them to uniquely articulate their professional value. And we accomplish this now on the part of the job seeker through a customized profile that we guide them through on our platform. As well, they are able to create a video. So just imagine that you are searching for a job, but instead of using a resume, we've eliminated that. And you just have a profile which you create just one time, and you can do a video that you talk about yourself. The employer gets to see you, gets to see how you articulate. It is a match made in heaven kind of technology.
It sounds that way. And what prompted the establishment of such a brand, Icon Work? How did this brand come about?
Well, it came out of, I have a background in human resources, and the developers or directors are coming out of businesses where the recruitment process can be such a long and arduous process. When you look at finding that one candidate that you're looking for, and you have a pile of 200, sometimes I've gotten up to 400 resumes and I'm looking for 2 people.
Whoa.
So when you look at that, the cost as well of hiring an employee, depending on where you are, could be, or the replacement of an employee, could be as much as $4,500 per employee. So to find a technology or a way to get the employee to the employer faster and at a more effective cost, at a lower cost, was something that was bound to happen, and we're happy to be the ones to do it.
Now, it sounds like this, you have already perhaps started to impact people's lives. What's the ultimate goal? What is driving Icon work in this quest of changing people's lives?
We want to make life easier we want the process of recruitment. Somebody's looking for a job, it should be easy to find that job. And not just to find a job, but to find the job that's right for you. So over time, it reduces the amount of job hopping that the individual employee has to do. As well, it reduces the cost of hiring and it reduces turnover when you are guaranteed to find people that are the right match for your organization. So it really is a matter of looking at the employment landscape and finding ways to do things a little bit more efficiently. In addition to that, we want to go global. So this is the first step, and we're starting with Jamaica, but we plan to take this technology to the world.
Oh, and the launch, did we miss the launch?
Okay, so the launch, we're going to be launching virtually, and that's going to be on the 9th of September. People can register for that if they go to any one of our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. There's a link, especially on Instagram in our bio, that they can go to. But to register directly, the website is eventvio, eventvio.com/be iconic. And we spell that BEIKONIC. But the easiest way, since we're on, it's not a visual platform we're on now, is possibly for them to go to Instagram, like our Instagram page, and then click the link in bio, and then they will be taken directly to the page where they register for the launch.
Mm-hmm. And what can you tell us in terms of so it seems pretty straightforward then. As you said, Eventvio, EVENTIO.
No, EVENTVIO.
Beg your pardon. EVENTVIO.
.com.
/BEIKONIC.
Be iconic.
Got you.
And the icon, that's what we call the job seekers on our platform. So we're preparing everybody to find the perfect job, and everybody's an icon.
I see. And because I'm there now, and I'm seeing, in terms of registering, so it's 13 days, 2 hours, 18 minutes to the 9th of September. So the countdown is on. But,
go ahead.
No, I was going to ask the extent to which you have hit the ground running, or in terms of pre-launch work, as opposed to hitting the ground running after the launch.
Well, from a pre-launch perspective, what we want now, people need to start creating their profiles. They want to be in the best position possible so that when the employers come onto the platform post-launch, their profiles are set up on the website, which is iconwork.com, and they are ready to be matched for a job. So one of the things that we're doing is we have several promotions, and one of them is Senior Resume. That is something that they'll find on our Instagram page as well.
Hold on, say that again. What did you say?
Senior Resume.
Senior Resume?
Yes, we have a Senior Resume. So it's something fun to get the younger people engaged.
Yes.
It's Senior Resume, and we have a promotion for that. We have lots of prizes that we're going to be giving out. Another thing, the first 1,000 people to create their completed profile on our platform will all receive phone credits, but 10 people out of that 1,000 will receive a cash prize of $10,000 each.
Nice. That sounds like something to look forward to. You also have, you obviously have hit the ground running. I'm seeing endorsements from a couple of employers. I see the CEO of Goffa. I love that. GOFFAH.
Yes. That's a Rocket Car. She is our brand ambassador, as a matter of fact.
Oh, and I'm also So you have already made an impact, and to think that you're only just starting.
We're just starting, and the best is coming. we really think that this is we're hitting the ground running, but it's something that we are offering as value to the Jamaican marketplace. And it's something you have to see, to understand, experience it, to understand. We are taking people through the job process in a way that they've never seen before. So when you've completed that profile and we walk you through the creation of your video, you will find that you are ready. So you are actually doing an interview for a job through the platform. So it's eliminating several steps and preparing you for the best.
No question about that. Now, how would you describe your of slowly building up to
it's building a lot of excitement on the ground. Everybody we've spoken to and had conversations and had presentations, especially with the job placement offices at some of the universities. Everybody, and we are coming. If you haven't heard from us yet, listen out, because we are going to be calling you soon. We want to get you on our platform, as well as from an employer side. We have a lot of employers lined up, and we are ready to hit the ground running when we launch.
All right, hold it right there. A couple more questions before we let you go. Listeners, if you're just tuning in, this is Both Sides of the Story on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're learning about a very innovative enterprise, Icon Work. Icon is Icon Work, IKONWORK, a revolutionary recruitment and professional networking platform. You can Google Icon Work. They're on social media as well. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
Exporters, have you heard? Certificates of origin are now online. Starting August 23, 2021, all exporters requiring a certificate of origin from the Trade Board Limited must submit their application using the Jamaica Single Window for Trade, J-SWIFT. All locally manufactured goods and agricultural produce for export must have an authorized certificate of origin in order to access and obtain preferential treatment in other territories and markets. Traders, your benefits include greater convenience and faster processing time, online application, payment and approval, online access to the approved certificate of origin, and a system-generated CARICOM invoice. For more details, contact JSwift at info@jswift.gov.jm. Jamaica Single Window for Trade. JSwift, your window to trade.
Become the hero on the scene by taking the COVID vaccine. Get vaccinated as soon as you get all the facts. Don't listen to the rumors. This vaccine might just make it possible for teachers to sit face to face with schoolers. This vaccine make it safer for everybody, from the young to the elderly. Don't you want to go back to living normally when things were more orderly? And if you want to live a long good life, then we all have to do what's right. So let's get vaccinated along with the heroes on the front line.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. You asked, we listened. You said you wanted back the additional hour. Dear Pastor returns to its usual time from 10 p.m. until midnight.
Oh boy,
Your thoughts on topical issues, relationship matters, questions you want answered, pertinent advice. It all comes together on Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas.
Hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, you may ask me a question. I may or may not answer.
He returns to keep your company from 10 p.m. until midnight, right here on Power 106 FM.
You drive into the light.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. We're featuring Icon Work, where talent meets career. It's a revolutionary recruitment and professional network platform. And as you heard earlier on, using design thinking, advanced analytics, some serious business, this listeners, automation, and there's also artificial intelligence and all the other tools that are available to help employers make smarter and faster hiring decisions. And guess what? It is free for career seekers. And the idea is to enable such career seekers to uniquely express themselves, to give potential recruiters and talent scouts an idea of the kind of not just person but personality they are looking to take on in their organization, and the extent to which that individual is able to add value to the enterprise. And I'm sure you will agree as far as this this scenario is concerned, the importance, Letitia Willocks, sorry, of this kind of a platform, this kind of brand. And are you pretty much ready now? People can go on, or is it just to register for the launch as opposed to taking advantage of the services being offered?
So at this point, they can go on, register for the launch, but they can also create their profiles. So the jobs are coming post-launch, but right now they can register for their profile, they can set up their profiles, and all of the technology that's needed for that is in place at the moment.
So I can do a video that is pretty much aimed at saying, this is how much value I can add to your enterprise. This is how
we can.
Yes. Yeah. That's the idea.
Mm-hmm. You know, the other thing about the video that we're in a very visual world right now.
Yes.
And Jamaicans there are people that are not very good at interviewing.
True.
So what the video does, because you're able to do that in your own time and we guide you through. So what we do is we provide you with a script that you populate. So for example, it asks you to put in certain information about yourself in there. Now you can customize that script, you can replace that script. But for those who sometimes get tongue twisted or tongue tied, you have that as a guide through the process. And when you can do one video, two videos, you can keep uploading a video. You can do your video offline. So you're able to present your best self in front of an employer. So the employer now gets to see a side of you that they possibly wouldn't have seen when nerves take over in an interview setting.
Yes.
Because we all know that the way we interview, I'm very nervous right now. The way we interview is not necessarily how we are on the job when we're more relaxed. So True. This is putting you in that unique position to show your best self to an employer. And that is something that is invaluable.
What kind of responses have you been getting so far? Possible questions that people are throwing at you already since you went public, as in online?
Well, we have a lot of people that we use to test the product. So we worked out a lot of little kinks, which is, normal for a brand new product. But I would say that 90% of the reviews are exceptional. What we're having is we need people to complete those profiles. We want 100% completion on all of the profiles that are on the platform and all that are going to go back on, or that are going to be added to the platform after something like this. And the reason for that is because we're going to be, one, awarding you for doing so if you're one of the first 1,000, and two, you're not going to be able to get a perfect job match if you have uncompleted sections on your profile. For example, there are things like the profile will ask for problem-solving skills, and we provide you with, let's say, a list of 2,000 different skills that you might have, and you choose the ones that are unique to you. So if an employer puts out, so the employer now creates a job profile. And once they've created that job profile, there are certain keywords in the job profile that they might be looking for. If you haven't thought about what
true value you're bringing to the job and you don't complete it or you complete it half-heartedly, then the technology we have won't help you. So we need for people to understand that this is something you need to do one time, but do it well, because it's going to help you. And the other part of it, the more I talk, is the more things about the platform that, occurs to me. For example, once you've applied, so once you're on the platform, you can toggle on or off whether you're actively seeking employment. So let's say you're not actively seeking employment or you found a job. You can turn off that toggle that says, whether am I looking for a job? No, yes or no. But if you turn it on, jobs that come up that are matched for you are automatically sent to you. So you don't even have to go searching for a job. If something comes up and you are a match for that, you are going to be prompted by the technology. Same thing happens on the side of the employer. So this is something to make the process a lot smarter, a lot easier. If you have a number of job profiles in there as an employer, then if a good candidate comes up, even if you weren't looking, the system will prompt you. Maybe you want to take a look at this particular candidate. So it's really to pair job seekers with the right jobs. And I think that is going to be beautiful and it's going to change the recruitment landscape.
It sounds that way. Now, in relation to the cost, how do you keep an iconic brand such as this in shape? I mean, we know you're trying to appeal to a mixed market, so to speak. There are people from all over, different walks of life, and so on,
right?
And with different interests, different expertise, etc. And so there's the free component, as you said, where people can freely come on the platform.
So the job seekers, 100% of the time, from now until the end of time, it will be free for them. For the person, the company that is coming onto the platform now to create their job profiles, we have 3 different plans. Every plan that we have, though, has a 1 month free component, so you can test it out. We can guarantee that once employees come onto that platform, they're not going to want to come back off. But you still get a trial period, a 1 month trial period. And then there's 3 levels. So if you are just, your recruitment is every now and then, you're not recruiting that often, you only have one person that's doing the recruitment, then there's a certain price. And then we have a mid-tier and an enterprise tier. So for a large corporation that spend a lot of time recruiting, where you have several people in the recruitment department, and you need several profiles to be able to go on and to do the recruitment at the same time, then we have a different package for those larger companies. So everything is really nicely designed and thought out with the intention that there is a fit for everybody, from the person seeking the job to the large, to the small, to the medium-sized company.
Yeah. And is it going to be geographically sensitive or a global public square for opportunities, employment opportunities?
We're starting here in Jamaica, but we will be going into the rest of the Caribbean and around the world. But for right now, we're focused on the Jamaican job market. And about the networking aspect of the platform is that you go on, I won't call the names, but the competition, you might not, you're in a platform where you're seeing all sorts of people from all over the world, but the way ours is designed right now, you are going to be able to network with people that you know. So the more Jamaicans that go on the platform, the better it is from a networking standpoint. So again, it's really something designed to change the face of networking, professional networking and recruitment here in Jamaica and beyond.
And how are you able to carry on this work? Surely it takes cash to care. It obviously is a caring move on your part, but in terms of the enterprise, you still have to pay the bills, right?
Yes, so that's where it's going to come from. It's going to come from those companies that are coming on, setting up their profiles. It's all been very well thought out. We have some very passionate investors that have backed the project,
and we are confident that this is going to work.
And we believe you. We know so. We can hear it. We can feel it. Your enthusiasm is quite infectious.
Thank you.
As we wrap now, for those who are just tuning in, or perhaps those who've been listening but maybe not paying attention, maybe being distracted, let's summarize the essence of this iconic brand, Icon Work, as we wrap.
Over to me?
Yes, all yours.
All right. So Icon Work is the place for you to be if you're a job seeker. And if you're not a job seeker, but you're in the professional job market, you need to be on our platform. Go onto the platform, www.iconwork.com, create your profile, create your video, and go onto our event bio page, which is eventbio.com/be iconic, and register for our launch. And the launch is going to be on the 9th of September. It's a virtual launch, and it starts at 7 p.m. It's going to go on for about 2 hours.
And as you go, here's Carol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, saying, good luck with your endeavor, Icon Work. Wishing you all the best. #cheers. Maybe you can put a referral program in place. Most positions are filled based on referrals these days. Just a suggestion.
Yes, that's an excellent idea. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you. It's been quite enjoyable sharing with you on this afternoon's edition of Both Sides of the Story. And we certainly want to wish you and your team at Icon Work all the very best as you impact lives in a significant way, and by extension, economies, not just here in Jamaica, but I have no doubt ultimately the world. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for having me, Dervan.
It's been a pleasure. Letitia Willocks, Head of Business Development and Client Experience at Icon Work, ICONWORK. Google Icon Work if you're just tuning in and you missed it. But you can always catch it on YouTube once we finish at 5. The video is uploaded, and the same thing for Facebook. So you can watch it in perpetuity. Thanks a lot. All the best, Letitia Willocks. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4:01.
The following is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The Ministry of Health and Wellness invites retired and active doctors and nurses to participate in sessional services in the public health facilities. Nurses and doctors are asked to visit moh.gov.jm/hire to indicate their interest in participating in the program. Let us all work together as we manage the surge in COVID-19 cases and hospitalization. The Ministry of Health and Wellness thanks the nurses and doctors for their cooperation.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is advising the public that its St. James Parish office will be closed at 2 p.m. Thursday, August 26, and at noon on Friday, August 27. The closure is to facilitate the relocation of the office effective September 1 to its original address at 4 Sam Sharp Square, Montego Bay, St. James. The telephone and email contact details will remain the same. The ministry appreciates your kind understanding during the relocation exercise and apologizes for the inconvenience caused.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 1, we continue the conversation with Tanisha Miller of the Early Childhood Commission on child abuse and methods of disciplining children. Also learn more on how to keep your mind fit, and tune in for discussions with the National Council on Drug Abuse about the effects of cannabis on young people. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6th West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century, National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living, Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide, Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water, Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town, Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2 Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 1 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Of the unknown, whatever seems to be your destination, take life the way it comes, take life the way it is. Horizon in the distance, so close, and yet so far away. You shouldn't be surprised when on arrival the dream has flown away and fear's not here to stay. The road ahead never gives away the promise. The road ahead is a highway or a dead-end street. A dead-end street. Raindrops on your windscreen, they fall from heaven or from hell. You drive into the light or into darkness, uncertainty as your guide. The road ahead will never give away a promise. Oh, the road ahead is a highway or a dead-end street. Whoa, the road ahead never answers any questions, and nothing is sure along the way, not even tomorrow. With miles of the unknown ahead of you.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:06. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:06. 现在几点了？10点06分。4:06 on Power 106. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's say hello, good afternoon, and welcome to emergency medicine physician at Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx in New York, Dr. Trevor Dixon, who is also the founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home. Dr. Dixon, I'm shocked that you're able to take my call in this still busy period of COVID-19. How are you? Sorry, go again. One moment. Go again, Dr. Dixon. You're saying?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you and your listeners here in Power 106 land?
We're fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. I was saying I'm surprised that you've been able to find the time to talk with us, considering, or is it that things have slowed down somewhat in New York?
Yeah, I think it has slowed down considerably as far as COVID-19 is concerned. We're seeing increased volumes, and we suspect the increased volume is coming from people who were initially sick but didn't find their way to the hospital. So we have increased volume, but it's not so much COVID we're seeing. We're seeing other other illnesses like gallbladder disease and other.
Understood. So for the most part, manageable, but still some lingering concerns.
Absolutely.
Right. All right. So which is happening at a time when you are about to attempt to raise some more funds for Jaja Foundation. Can you first of all set the stage? What will you be raising funds for this time? What is it? Just a general fundraiser that you'll be having, or is there a particular project that you're targeting with this fundraiser?
Well, yeah, we've always been pretty much had our eyes set on helping the public health system in Jamaica, and we had taken on the initiative saying that Jamaica needs a public EMS system, and we're still
a public EMS system. That's a public emergency medical system.
Yes, emergency. We're speaking about having an ambulance come to the scene for the public when people are injured.
Yes. Hello? Looks like hello?
Oh, yes. Hi.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. You're back with us now.
Yes. I don't know what I'm hearing. Some background noise here.
Yeah, we're hearing you clearly. I was just wondering. Yeah, I was asking the question about the fundraiser, which you started answering, as to whether you're targeting a particular initiative, or this is just your routine fundraiser that you're hosting tomorrow.
It's just our routine fundraiser that we're hosting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're targeting a public emergency medical service response system. It's a pilot program that we're starting in the Grill. And if it's successful, we hope to be able to run that program out throughout the whole country. That was a thought, and we're still steadfast on that initiative. So this fundraiser is aimed towards that, and we're looking to see as many people as possible come out to support us. We know it's COVID-19, and we're going to take all the social protocols to make sure that everyone there is safe.
And as we've been saying in the build-up to Jaja Foundation's cruise in New York, this is perhaps the safest cruise, because the crew or the cruise, the CREWS are medical professionals, health professionals in general. Mind you, there will be others. But that can be quite reassuring. Plus, I think there are some added benefits of being on the cruise, health-wise as well. You will tell us.
Yes, well, most of our healthcare workers will be on the cruise. 95% of the cruise will be healthcare workers, and 90% of them have been vaccinated. Good. And we strongly encourage folks, if they're not vaccinated, not to attend the cruise. However, if you do decide to attend the cruise, mass social distancing will be observed, and we also we will be vaccinating. Pfizer vaccine will be given to first or second dose on the cruise, and we're also going to be doing COVID testing on the cruise, and we have a place to isolate folks if they do test positive, even though they will be wearing N95 masks that we will provide for them. So we're trying to cover all angles, and social distancing will be observed.
Oh, definitely. So listeners, if you're just tuning in, the founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, Helping Jamaicans at Home, a medical doctor by profession, obviously a Jamaican who continues to play his part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. And it's been tough for organizations like Jaja Foundation, accustomed to organizing, putting together events and experiences to raise funds to do work right here in Jamaica, and I dare say in the diaspora as well. In this case, in this instance, in America, but most of that support comes to Jamaica, and this summer fundraiser takes place tomorrow. Saturday the
tomorrow.
28th. And what time do you start boarding again, Dr. Dixon?
Boarding is at 5:30, boarding is 5:30. We're sailing at 6 p.m. and this will be at Pier 40. Now there are many piers. I don't want anyone to be confused. Pier 40 is right next to the Holland Tunnel, right off Houston Street or Houston Street, and we will be boarding at 5:30 sharp, sailing at 6 p.m. And let me make it very clear, Dervan, I strongly believe in vaccination. I don't waver in that belief. I have full confidence in vaccination. I was one of the first people to get vaccinated. My 12-year-old son, Jamal, has just been vaccinated and no ill effects. So I know vaccination is our only chance against COVID-19 or any variations of COVID right now. That's our only chance. So I encourage everyone. I know people are apprehensive. I know previous studies have been done and with ill effects on the Black community. But as you know, 80% of the world is going to be vaccinated, okay? So we all need to get vaccinated. Don't be so fearful. You know, you can be afraid, but you can't let the fear overcome your willingness to do the right thing. You know, sometimes there are certain things that test people's will and people's courage and people's faith. And you have to have faith. If not faith in God, have faith in, if not in man, have faith in God to know that we will overcome this thing. But vaccination has for many diseases before COVID-19, vaccination has been the cure and the way out. And this is no exception. So everyone needs to be vaccinated. We're offering vaccination on the boat if you'd like to be vaccinated. We have all the protocols in place in case you have ill effects. We have all the medications there, which we don't expect. I've vaccinated hundreds of people and I've never had any ill effects. Once in a while, one in every 1,000 will get maybe a rash or
Hold a moment, Dr. Dixon. A couple more questions before we let you go. One moment, please.
With miles of the unknown.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
Hey, you see these days, it's good to get straight to the point. Quick and easy. That's why Western Union gives you another way to receive money straight to your bank account with Western Union's direct-to-bank money transfer. Visit a Western Union agent location and sign up now and tell your family and friends to send your next Western Union money transfer directly to your bank account in Jamaica. It's easy. Visit a Western Union location or call our call center at 876-926-2454. Sign up today to receive a money transfer directly to your bank account with ease with Western Union. Moving money for better.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 1, we continue the conversation with Tanisha Miller of the Early Childhood Commission on child abuse and methods of disciplining children. Also learn more on how to keep your mind fit and tune in for discussions with the National Council on Drug Abuse about the effects of cannabis on young people. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6 West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century, National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living, Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide, Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water, Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town, Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2 Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom. That's Powering Your Health this Wednesday, September 1 at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Into the light or into darkness.
Y ahora es en español. Son las 4:17. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4:17. 现在几点了？4点17分。17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? Yes, young people, we know you're on summer break, but you know what we always say. Even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And as we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Well, Dr. Trevor Dixon, founder of Jaja Foundation, emergency medicine physician at Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx in New York. He has been preparing, he along with his team of volunteers, and they're almost there. Tomorrow is the big day, the big fundraiser to enable Jaja Foundation to continue playing its part in moving Jamaica towards an effective emergency medical service, the kind of response that some of us see and experience in other countries that would love to have here in Jamaica. Doesn't have to be necessarily at the same on the same scale or at the same level, but with a view to saving lives, right? Essentially, right, Dr. Dixon?
As they say, we have to start somewhere, and I think this is a good time. We see what's going on with healthcare, not just in Jamaica, in the worldwide, and we know that time to hospital sometimes make the difference in many people's life, whether it's life or death. The time to hospital can make a difference. Pre-hospital care can make a difference. So it's with that spirit that I'm passionate, and I won't give up until I die to see that Jamaica have a effective and a real public EMS system where ambulances on a regular basis can stop on the side of the street or to someone's home and bring them to the hospital, with the proper equipment and the proper safety in place.
What shape is that project in right now?
Well, we started in Westmoreland, and the folks in Negril were nice enough. The Negril Chamber of Commerce, they gave us a building, and we have actually shipped down many equipment that we need, like stretchers, backboards, neck brace, gloves, and that sort of things. But the biggest purchase, which would be an ambulance. We were on goal to be able to get an ambulance after maybe about 2 fundraisers, but now with COVID, we're back to square one. This event, if it's successful, will give us halfway to purchasing the first ambulance, and we suspect with another fundraiser we will have enough to purchase the first ambulance. Of course, we have other initiatives. We have to maintain the dental clinic, which is in Negril, that is up and running. When I say up and running, the dental clinic is there, and when admissions come to Jamaica, they can use that dental suite to take care of mainly the children of Westmoreland, Negril, Little London, Sheffield, and South Lamar and Hanover. If these kids need dental care, that's the hope, and we are in talks with other charity organizations that come down to do dental care, and they will be using that dental suite. That dental suite currently needs a roof. We were able to convert the container into a dental suite, which it is now. If you can, in the grill by the police station, you can see it. But we need to put a roof because, with the rain settling on top, it creates moisture, and we don't want the inside to become moldy.
There's the Jamaican coming out of Dr. Dixon, moldy. That's what we say in Jamaica.
Yeah. So if you had any thought that was Jamaican, then there you go. Let me rest my case.
Yeah, no, but that's an excellent point, because maintenance is not something we do too well. And
maintenance is the key many times, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Westmoreland, I think so far they've had 3,889 COVID-19 cases. It's been a busy parish, one of the busy parishes.
Yeah, it's funny because about a year ago when I said I'm gonna start this pilot program in Negril, they said why Westmoreland? Why Negril? Them rich song there, man. But we've come to understand that the people of Negril are just like anywhere else in Jamaica. The reason why we chose Negril was because the Chamber of Commerce, the corporate sector in that area, was willing to step up and meet us halfway with this project. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. So that's the difference, folks. The corporate sector in Negril, they see what we're doing and they bought into the idea, and that's why we chose Negril.
Right. And so now, for those who want to be a part, let's just remind them, a part of this dream in terms of an effective emergency medical service, first in Negril, in terms of just trying to get it there, and no doubt, who knows, from there on, it could be. It could mean replicating that in different places in Jamaica, but we'll one step at a time. And right now, Jaja Foundation needs your support. Jamaicans abroad helping Jamaicans at home. They're hosting their summer cruise fundraiser again. These are health professionals, overall doctors, nurses, other health, other disciplines in the healthcare sector will be represented on board. About 95% of them are likely to be vaccinated, fully vaccinated, or at least having received one dose. Plus, COVID-19 tests will be done on this summer cruise. They have an isolation area just in case anyone tests positive. Plus, I mean, these are doctors and nurses. These are health professionals. So, hey, it just sounds to me like the best cruise to be on, this summer cruise.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I mean, who should support Jaja Foundation? We're open to collaborate with any other organization or foundation who has the same intentions that we have, building and making a better Jamaica. We're open to working with anyone. If anyone has ever had any ill effects in Jamaica and its healthcare system, now's the time. Either you're part of the solution or you're part of the problem. Every country has this problem, but either you're going to decide to be part of the solution, and if you're not part of the solution, ultimately you're a part of the problem.
Yes. And let's be a part of the solution by stepping up our support. Those of you who are in and around New York and the tri-state area, wherever else in the States, Pier 40 in Manhattan. You said near the Holland Tunnel? You had said, Dr.
Yes, near Houston or Houston Street. As you know, Dervan, it's always more than one way to pronounce.
Yes. And that
let me just say that I understand that everyone is not going to feel comfortable to come out in COVID. I know how it feels. I go to work every night in a COVID environment, and I'm sometimes I wonder what I'm doing. Yes. And I've done it for more than 365 days, and I've not only contracted the coronavirus, but I take my precautions, and I am immunized. So, like I said, if you don't feel comfortable coming on a cruise, we understand that, but you can still support Jamaica through our webpage, jahfoundation.org or JAH Foundation on Facebook. Go there, you can see all of what we've been doing. We don't just talk about it, we have videos showing you us in action in Jamaica, and as they say in Jamaica, the proof is in the pudding.
That's right. And people can still get tickets, right? Not totally sold out yet?
Well, you know what? We're about to cut it off, Dervan, because we're not going to be irresponsible with this. We're not trying to ram like a minibus here from Kingston to Spanish Town in normal times. We're not trying to ram the boat. We're trying to be socially responsible. We're trying to be safe. But yes, we still want to meet our goal and make sure that we bring an EMS system to Jamaica as soon as possible. It's a big dream, and I know I can accomplish it because I have God on my side.
Amen. And we want to encourage support. So those, if you can go to the summer cruise fundraiser, boarding is at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, Eastern Daytime, and sailing at 6. And try and be not just on time, but ahead of time, because as they say in Jamaican terms, they're not going to itch, Dr. Dixon.
No, but I will say that, we're about to shut it off now. So if you hear that it's sold out, don't be discouraged. You can always support in a safer way by just donating to our foundation at JAH Foundation. We're on our website and also on our Facebook page. There's a donate button. You can donate there. I just want to give a shout out to my family in Manchester, in Mandeville. My aunt passed away, Miss Eva Dixon, a great lady, a great cake maker, a great homemaker.
Condolences.
And she passed away in Mandeville about 2 weeks ago. Condolences to the Dixon family down there in Manchester. Shout out. And one of our volunteers passed away also. There's a lot of deaths in COVID. And
yes, I saw the pictures. That was the service that was held. Those pictures I saw. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and a special prayer for everyone who are suffering through these terrible times, COVID-19 and other illnesses that are occurring around COVID-19. Yeah. So a special prayer to everyone who's suffering, whether the mental the mental anguish that we're suffering from COVID-19 or the physical disease that we're facing. A shout out to everyone, and we're going to do this boat cruise fundraiser in a safe manner, and pray for us as we will be praying for you guys also.
Yes, indeed. We want to thank you for your diligence and your stick-to-itiveness and your commitment. You and the other team, members of the team of volunteers, both in the diaspora and right here in Jamaica, who work to support the effort. We wish you a safe and successful summer cruise fundraiser tomorrow, boarding at 5:30 at Pier 40 in Manhattan, in New York. Mm-hmm.
And last, before I go, a big shout out to our corporate sponsors. That's PT Just Jerk in Irvington, New Jersey, right off Chancellor Avenue 28. That's PT Just Jerk, the best jerk chicken this side of Jersey. And also to Transcarib Shipping over there in East Orange, New Jersey. Transcarib, they ship for us, and they stepped up big time, and we said we need a sponsor for this summer cruise. So big shout out to Transcarib Shipping in Irvington, in East Orange, and also PT Just Jerk, Miss Pat and the team over there in Irvington, New Jersey. Thank them for their support.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Dixon. You and yours continue to be safe. All the best.
And thanks to Power 106 as usual. Thank you for your support.
Anytime. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Dr. Trevor Dixon, the founder of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans Abroad, helping Jamaicans at home, giving us a reminder of the Jaja Foundation's work that continues and the fundraiser to help to refuel the efforts at creating an effective emergency medical response system in Negril, for starters, and who knows, eventually, hopefully, for all of Jamaica. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
Exporters, have you heard? Certificates of origin are now online. Starting August 23, 2021, all exporters requiring a certificate of origin from the Trade Board Limited must submit their application using the Jamaica Single Window for Trade, J-SWIFT. All locally manufactured goods and agricultural produce for export must have an authorized certificate of origin in order to access and obtain preferential treatment in other territories and markets. Traders, your benefits include greater convenience and faster processing time, online application, payment and approval, online access to the approved certificate of origin, and a system-generated CARICOM invoice. For more details, contact J-SWIFT at info@jswift.gov.jm. Jamaica Single Window for Trade. J-SWIFT, your window to trade.
Vehicle maintenance is your top priority, so why settle for less? Visit Extender Auto Parts and Service Center, 47 Manchester Avenue, Maple, Clarendon. They promise quality service and they provide parts for a wide range of vehicles, and if they don't have it, they will source it. Extender Auto Parts provides full service for all vehicles and much more. Opening hours Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 876-986-1687 for more information.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays, and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays, as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the Morning Agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is advising the public that its St. James Parish office will be closed at 2 p.m. Thursday, August 26, and at noon, Friday, August 27. The closure is to facilitate the relocation of the office effective September 1 to its original address at 4 Sam Sharp Square, Montego Bay, St. James. The telephone and email contact details will remain the same. The ministry appreciates your kind understanding during the relocation exercise and apologizes for the inconvenience this may cause.
You asked, we listened. You said you wanted back the additional hour. Dear Pastor returns to its usual time from 10 p.m. until midnight.
Oh boy,
Your thoughts on topical issues, relationship matters, questions you want answered, pertinent advice. It all comes together on Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas.
Hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Where you may ask me a question, I may or may not answer.
He returns to keep your company from 10 p.m. until midnight, right here on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 26. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 5 heures moins 26. 现在几点了？5点加26分。26 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Here's an item of news from the Gleaner. In case you missed it, this information was announced, I believe, just after 12 this afternoon. But in case you missed it, the Health Ministry, that's the Ministry of Health and Wellness here in Jamaica, has declared that effective immediately, public hospitals will only conduct emergency care services. The Health Ministry has declared that effective immediately, public hospitals will only conduct emergency care services. This comes amid a rapid increase in COVID-19 infections that require hospitalization. Several facilities have exceeded their isolation capacity, and we're getting some help in terms of building capacity. The Canadian government, apart from donating some 200 plus thousand vaccines, they are now they have contributed, the Canadian government, in addition to the vaccines, they have contributed 48 hospital beds, 48 hospital beds procured from the 11.3 million Jamaican or 100,000 Canadian dollars donated by the Government of Canada to the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The donation was done through the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives and in support of Jamaica's COVID-19 response. High Commissioner of Canada to Jamaica, Emina Tudakovic, Tudakovic, Emina, E-M-I-N-A, Emina Tudakovic, speaking at the handover ceremony at St. Joseph Hospital, reiterated that Canada remains committed to supporting the efforts of the Jamaican government in the fight against COVID-19. And this is why Jamaica cannot afford to have any enemies globally, and no country for that matter. The mantra has to be friend to all, enemy to none. Friend to all, enemy to none. That has to be it. So we thank the Canadians for their support, and we wish them all the very best. We have tons of messages to clear. Norman Hines says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Hi, Norman Hines. Calvin in North York, Ontario, Canada. How are things in North York, Ontario, Canada. Milk Morgan, wonderful day to you too. And Jennifer Stewart, we see you. Good afternoon to Jeannie Chambers. Angela in Toronto, Canada says, Woi, Dervan, go see how enough eyes and ears draw cheer for hear the new developments. People, sorry for the disappointment. Carry on, nothing new to report. And that's Angela earlier on when we were speculating that she hardly has time for us these days, maybe because there's been a new development in her life. So she's debunking that. We hear you, Angela. Ricardo in Glengoff saying Catherine has some kind words here as well. Thank you, Ricardo. Coretta Turner, good afternoon. Good to see you. Elise Dugan in London, Canada. Good afternoon to you, Elise Dugan in London, Canada. Velta Wilson says, Dervan, could you investigate why someone over 60 took the vaccine and applied for the incentive and got a reply that he is ineligible? What makes one eligible? Is it not the age? What makes one eligible is it not the age and the vaccine? Yeah, well, sometimes people make errors or they express their understanding of the situation, which might very well be skewed or just not so. You should check with the Ministry of Health and Wellness. You can go to their website, moh.gov.jm, or call the 888-1-LOVE line, 888-1-LOVE. Maureen Oliver Cuff, good afternoon to you. She says, afternoon, Sir Dervan Malcolm. Greetings from New York. I'm still repping Jamaica to the world. By all means, Maureen Oliver Cuff, enjoy. Patricia Barnes, hi to you too. Owen Lewis says, Mr. Malcolm, each PM gets 3 million, each MP gets 3 million to help people in their constituency. And many people don't see these MPs to receive help. Some might get food and money and some don't get. They shouldn't be put in politicians' hands. It should be independent bodies. So things share equally. Yeah, thanks for your message. No doubt your sentiments are shared by others, and it reflects the level of trust or lack thereof in our society when it comes on to members of parliament or politicians in general. Harlem Uptown says, Dervan, I just saw something on Facebook. You PNP men, leave Lisa alone. I'm going to do my investigation before me talk truth. None of you, etc., etc. PNP weak man can beat Andrew in a PNP. I am a PNP, and I know that only Lisa can beat Andrew. PNP party need a reset. All you all you waste man, leave Lisa alone. All right. And then he goes on to say, PNP men, you need to respect all the female leaders in the party. You say you love women, so why are you all bringing them down and want to fight them? Allegedly. And that's a story that is in the news of the Member of Parliament for what's that again? It's Southeast St. Anne, Lisa Hanna, and one of her councillors. And she apparently made a report to the police of some kind of threatening language, and the accused has put his lawyers on the case, has his lawyer acting on his behalf. Inez Campbell Brown says, good afternoon, everyone. I'm late due to the fact that I went to visit my mom, Iselin Satchwell. Got a call. Mom wasn't feeling well, but everything is under control now. I do my part, and the Lord will do the rest. All the best to you and your mom, Inez Campbell Brown in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Paul in Philadelphia says, Dr. Dixon, please call me. We can always put you in touch with Dr. Dixon. And he says, me too, Dervan. I heard Angela has a new development in her life. Miss Tiny might know the details. I will reach out to her later. Oh, well, we'll see what that amounts to. But she's having a good laugh. And some more messages. A lot of messages. We read the messages from Facebook. Now we're on to YouTube. Carol in Calgary, Alberta, Canada says people should stay away from politics if they have thin skin. She says both parties need someone like me to call them out, as in someone like Carol to call them out. Jamaica must do better. Oh, we read that one already. And that one too. Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment Services saying, good day, everyone. This is the contact number for the business summit. Right. So you have that information for those who have been asking. And Carol was asking, where is Icon Work located? What's the difference between your organization and the many others out there? Video recruitment has been around for some time now. And Millennium Lifestyle Empowerment also expressing gratitude for the exposure. Register to get the Zoom link sent to you. And let's leave it there for now and go to a break right here on both sides of the story.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
It's riveting, thought-provoking, and interesting. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. Join Jody and Quarry on Mondays and Tuesdays and Sanjay Lewis on Wednesdays and Thursdays, while they alternate on Fridays as they set your agenda and break down the issues and keep you informed on what matters to you most. It's the morning agenda on Power 106 FM. Weekdays, 7:15 to 9 a.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. This Wednesday, September 1, we continue the conversation with Tanisha Miller of the Early Childhood Commission on child abuse and methods of disciplining children. Also learn more on how to keep your mind fit and tune in for discussions with the National Council on Drug Abuse about the effects of cannabis on young people. Powering Your Health is brought to you by 6 West Medical, 6th West Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine, PA Benjamin, a trusted name for over a century, National Health Fund, your partner for healthy living. Bico Zinc Plus Syrup, distributed by Medical Disposables and Supplies, available in pharmacies island-wide. Jamaica Plumbing Supplies Limited, Let's Save Water, Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Spanish Town, Benson Pharmacy, 11 Main Street, A2 Old Harbor, and Daisy Health Technology, monitoring health to blossom. That's Powering Your Health, this Wednesday, September 1 at 8 p.m., only on Power 106 FM.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is advising the public that its St. James Parish office will be closed at 2 p.m. Thursday, August 26, and 12 noon Friday, August 27. The closure is to facilitate the relocation of the office effective September 1 to its original address at 4 Sam Shop Square, Montego Bay, St. James. The telephone and email contact details will remain the same. The ministry appreciates your kind understanding during the relocation exercise and apologizes for the inconvenience this may cause.
Raindrops on
Que hora es en espagnol? Son las 5:13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5:13. Science, TDN le, Wu Dien, Cha, Shi San Fen. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's clear some other messages on WhatsApp now. Cuban in Georgia says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. Just getting off work and checking into class. I noticed consecutive governments of Jamaica using the old colonial ideas of not wanting to pay our workers of Jamaica. Why is this, sir? And Sir Malcolm, we want the account number for the Haitian people, because people here in America asking me for the account number. Please and thanks. God bless Jamaica every time. We would humbly suggest, Cuban in Georgia, a connection with the Haitian representative either in Florida or in the state of Georgia. That's what we would suggest. It's more likely to get to those in need if you go through one of the established channels. As we said, the Haitian consul general or honorary consul, depending on the designation, in Atlanta, Georgia, or Florida. That's what we would suggest, Cuban in Georgia. Reverend Dr. Frank Lawrence says, hello, Dervan, greetings and healthy blessings. In this time of confusion, speculation, and misconception about the vaccines, let us focus on the fact that the present good health and longevity of humans can be credited to various vaccines, clean water, and sanitation. Our main attention must be paid to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic by increasing, as fast as possible, our vaccination numbers. I'm recommending that we read the book by R. Wilson entitled Epidemics from Reverend Dr. Frank Lawrence. Thank you, Reverend Dr. Frank Lawrence, for your input. Good afternoon. Be safe out of London, Canada. Good afternoon to you too, and all the other Jamaicans in London, Canada. Or Jajo Karaza says, what's up, Mr. Malcolm? We're giving thanks for life as usual. Or Jajo Karaza, how are things with you and yours? Another message, Nicholas says, the health ministry has declared that effective immediately, yes, we read that earlier on, public hospitals will only conduct emergency care services. This comes amid a rapid COVID-19 infections that require hospitalization. Yes, we read that earlier on, Nicholas. Thanks anyway. Mrs. Palmer says, good afternoon. Love the song, losing my time and money trying to get customer care and website down. Talking about the 2014 July NHT early refund I applied for almost 2 months now and no reply. We'll have to try and do some follow-up there, Mrs. Palmer. Sorry we haven't been able to take that to some conclusion. Gian in Chantamy, Portland says, good afternoon, Dervan. I want to touch a little on the Blue Mountain coffee and the companies that are purchasing the coffee from the farmers at the rate they are purchasing the coffee. Sooner than later, there will be no coffee to be purchased because they're not giving the farmers a fair share for this crop. They are coming with $5,000. Now you tell me, what can $5,000 do? I can't even buy a bag of fertilizer. Once and for all, they need to give the farmers their fair share and stop beating around the bush, says Gian in Chantamy, Portland. We're sorry to hear of the plight of the coffee farmers with respect to the price per box of coffee. I would imagine this is where the trade unions come in, but are the trade unions still around? Just wondering out loud. Clarky Bless in Hunstown. Malcolm, happy Friday to you and your listeners. That less emphasis is now being placed on following the protocols with regard to the coronavirus and more emphasis being placed on vaccination. The experts told us that the vaccine will give us a better chance of not ending up in the hospital or even die. But following the protocols will see us not getting the virus. This is why I believe more emphasis should be placed on following the protocols. I see people who used to follow the protocols since they've been vaccinated stop following these protocols, saying that they are vaccinated. More emphasis must be placed on following the protocols. Prevention is better than cure. Clarky Bless in Huntstown, St. Mary. Thank you, Clarky Bless in Huntstown, St. Mary. Or Jajo Karaza confirms that he's in Hartford, Connecticut. Good to see you online. Or Jajo Karaza and Sophia Nemard. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at this stage. And some more, just clearing some of the other messages. Oh, here is one that where did it go? There's a message with pictures and voice note.
Good evening, Mr. Dervan.
All right, so let's play these for you. These are pictures of the impact of the heavy rains on an area that's where my father is from, Troy in Trelawney. Let's give a listen to Suzette from Troy in Trelawney.
Good evening, Mr. Dervan Malcolm. These are some pics of a bridge that is located in between the border of Manchester and Trelawney. That's, Troy, Cowick Park. That road leads to Balaclava from Cowick Park. This happened on the 18th of August. The people are marooned. They cannot cross over the bridge from Troy to Cowick Park. Troy is a town square that they normally shop, and they cannot go across unless they probably cross the river or something like that. So I'm just bringing this to your attention.
And we thank you very much, Suzette in Troy, Trelawney. We're going to forward the pictures and your voice note to Stephen Shaw, the manager of communications and customer service at the National Works Agency. Just allow us to make the transition. We're doing it right now. That way, there's no room for us to forget. So we're going to send the information to Mr. Shaw and have him at least respond to us so we can share that information with you to give you some hope as to perhaps when something is likely to be done with respect to let's look back at the name. You say it's called, where did the message go? Hold on. Right. So the message was from Suzette, and the particular Suzette in Troy, Trelawney, the particular bridge, the Cowick Park Bridge, that's the one that apparently has fallen apart, or at least a part thereof falling apart. And so it's the Cowick Park Bridge. Now we're going to forward. Thank you again, Suzette. As we said, we're going to now forward the information to Stephen Shaw, who we interviewed yesterday while we were broadcasting. Okay, there we go. So Stephen Shaw has the information now. Suzette, thank you very much for bringing the situation to our attention. And Cuban in Georgia is asking about an NCB account for those who'd like to help those in Haiti. Maybe you could, oh gosh, we'll have to follow up Cuban in Georgia. We're almost out of time. We're almost out of time. Yeah. We'll have to follow up. But can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Friday, the 27th of August, 2021. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm wishing everybody a safe and peaceful weekend. And if you feel like waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning or any time between 6 and 9, you can tune in to the Jamaican Diaspora live online. Till then, take care.
Grateful from heaven or from hell. You drive into the light or into darkness. Uncertainty as your guide. And will never give away the promise.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Good afternoon. I am Deidran Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines, today, Friday, August 27, 2021, Jamaicans warned to drive carefully and avoid dangerous practices as hospitals buckle under pressure from COVID-19 patients. The USA's Delta-driven surge